Saturday nights the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'll bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Moreline Lager House. We are back at it tomorrow night. And they have a delicious burger and fry deal for $15 tomorrow night. It goes from 4 till close. My show goes from 6 to 8 tomorrow night. Possibly joining the show might be David Fulcher. I'm not sure. I'm working on it. He said there's a good chance that he could be there, but I have not confirmed that yet. But I figured I'd tease you and say that he might be there, which he might be. That's not a joke. He actually might be there. I'm working on trying to confirm that. But what's going on to everybody in the chat? Who's in there first? We got, let's roll back up here. We got Brad in there, Paul's in there, Rocket Bengals in there, Tony Blaze and the Puck King. Yeah, I want Corey back too. Hopefully Corey will be joining us here in the near future. Dustin's in there. Yeah, Dustin's got a big one. I'll get to here in a second. But yeah, what's your guys' wish list for the Cincinnati Bengals? And what is taking so long to get more DC guys in here for interviews? Like we had 2 right off the bat, and then nothing. We have had nothing for the O-line job, nothing for run game coordinator. Some people, I kind of said it online, and some people said kind of the same thing I was thinking. Are they waiting on Al Golden? They're waiting on somebody. They got to be. But the offensive line kind of scares me a little bit because we haven't had anybody come in yet. So let's get to the co-fan of the year. He's going to go to the head to the Super Bowl. At least somebody's going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be Bengals Captain. What's up, Cap?
Yo, what's up? I'm sitting here like I think I'm being catfished,
Probably.
and I'm doing a reverse image search for this person, and I'm gonna nah, it ain't adding up. Not that I can be catfished anyway. My wife is hot. I'm happy, but
that's good.
You know, you DM me weird shit. I'm gonna find out where you live. Like that's yeah.
So
anyway,
are you surprised that we have only had 2 defensive coordinator coaching candidates come in, and we've had no offensive line or running game, which I don't know if they're going to separate the 2 jobs or not, but we haven't had anybody else come in for any of the other jobs that are open.
You know, I don't know if this is a horrible take from my social media presence, I guess. I hate that there is even one. I've hated social media my entire life, and I've grown to love it because I got to meet so many cool. Like hell, I would have met you without social media.
No.
You know? So there's a lot of bonuses to it for me now.
There's a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of bad stuff too.
But
hell, I wouldn't have met half my Bengal friends if it wasn't for social media. So there you
But
go.
also, like, there's work that goes into it. Like, I'm not going to get into breaking down accounts, but there are some people they understand the algorithm. They understand what to post in order to get the most attention and stuff like
I
that.
don't. I don't at all.
I
And
do.
don't care.
I don't like doing it. It's just like, I just, I want to play right now. All I'm doing is playing Black Ops 6, and I didn't watch any of the games. I could care
None?
less because they
Oh, I
cheated.
watch.
Yeah, none, not
I
one.
watch all of them. I watch all of them.
No, no. I'll check the scores and chuckle to myself. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch part of the Steelers, but turn it off.
Now-
I'm like, this sucks. This game sucks. They suck.
They suck. I knew they. I knew they were. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but jeez,
No,
they got destroyed.
but it's like I want to be I just want to be a fan, and trust me, I thought about texting some people asking about, hey, where are we at? Where are we
Right.
at with the hire? What's the strategy here? Because I know a few people that would trust I wouldn't tell, but then I got to sit on the information.
yeah.
Like, you know what? I want to be surprised. I want to be like, oh my God,
I don't know if we're gonna be
wanna
surprised. I
I
don't
want
know.
to be my typical 5 hours late. Everybody else gets all the clout, retweeting and pulling up old vids of dude riding a little tiny horse when he was 6 years old and all this jazz.
Have you got your tickets yet?
Yes.
Kevin keeps asking.
And Kevin, I actually can't now because of the Super Bowl. We're going to be out. Yeah,
There you
that
go.
stinks. But I do need to get out there. But
I'm
yeah,
going.
so
Good.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm kind of surprised we haven't heard anything about offensive line. But
Yeah, nothing.
you know what? I'm just going to sit here and go along for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I said, they got to be waiting on somebody, I would think. And the one that pops to mind, which I mean, people on Twitter or X said this, and I was thinking it was Al Golden. I mentioned him a couple times last week. Former Bengals linebacker coach. That I don't know what else they'd be waiting for. I don't. Everybody else that if you want to go get Matt Eberflus for the Bears, I mean, he's go interview him. You can do that. I mean, there's other guys they can interview, and that's the only guy that I can see out there that they're waiting on.
I like the Eberflus name being mentioned, and then a whole bunch of people are now saying, "Oh, well, I see them hiring Eberflus." Oh, come on, get out of here!
I don't.
Nobody mentioned his name prior, and now that there's some kind of connection.
Well, some people are like, "Oh my God, he'd be terrible." Like, he was actually a good defensive coordinator. He wasn't a great head coach, but he's a good DC. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't. I just want the best guy. I don't care who it is. I just want to get in here so we can get going. That's because the way they came out the gates with the first two guys, I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna have this hired by next week, and then they didn't bring anybody else in. So to me, that means, like I said, they gotta be waiting on Al Golden. I mean, if you're trying to read the tea leaves and stuff, or is there who else? I mean, is there a DC that's? I mean, what coach on a playoff team could they be going after? I don't know. I'm kind of asking the chat if anybody knows. Anybody's got an idea.
But remember, they're also probably negotiating. Because no matter what, like, hey, somebody starts out asking for way too much money, or I don't know, maybe one of the DCs is asking about control over the roster for his side of the ball,
or maybe if can he hire his own coaches? Who knows? Because it's like the two other coaches that may or may not be here. So I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm DC coming into Cincinnati, I hear all the rumors. I'm smart enough to know that I'm not going to let other people speak for me and my valuation of someone else's character. Yeah. I'm sorry. I say the same thing. Some of the people that spread shit about me, like, I really don't care if they piss off, because if you don't want to take the time to get to know me and ask me the questions you've heard, you're not worth my time anyway. And that should go for anybody who's listening. Yeah, if they want to buy somebody else's opinion. So these DCs, obviously the media is not kind to Cincinnati. They can hear whatever they want to hear, but hey, get in the building, ask your questions, find out, okay, am I going to be able to hire my own guys? Because if I'm DC and I'm coming in, I'm going to love the family. Yeah. They are pretty cool to talk to. I'm sorry, they are. But I got to hire my own guys.
Yeah,
That's it.
I mean, yeah. Why would you? Why would you not take the job? And it's like you're running a business. You're running the
And they
defense.
probably
You want to
are.
have your own guys. I would think so.
That's probably set in that the DC would automatically hire that probably. But hey, what if the DC has got a list and they're all kind of unavailable right now? So they've got to wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is there some other coaches out there on not DC, but another, I don't know, quarterback coach or secondary coach or something that the Bengals want to interview that they can't get to the playoffs. All right, Dusty, your football calendar is so crunched now. I think the NFL needs to rework the calendar. It always bothered me that coaches are taking interviews and then the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know how you rework that though, because you have the end of the season and you have the playoffs, and these coaches they get fired. It's Black Monday for a reason because that's when they get fired. And I don't know how you would rework it, to be honest.
The only way would be to work coaches like free agency, and it's only at a certain point.
Yeah.
Yep. Then it starts, and then anybody can be hired. Otherwise, that gives everybody the opportunity to interview who they want when they need to, and then everyone's on equal footing. Rather than, oh shit, I missed how many coaches now we've got to hire. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only bad thing for that, as far as the Bengals go, and this is one of the reasons I want the coaches to get here quick, because they use the coaches for scouts too. So the longer we wait to get a coach, that's a short amount of time they have to scout of who they want.
They just need to listen to pull up Pro Football Focus, pull up Dale, pull up Gridiron Grading. That's a great account. Look at Joe Goodberry. So much data out there. Just go off of that. Like, I think all these huge scouting departments. The Cleveland Browns have this big scouting department. And all these geniuses in analytics, data science, everybody. Yeah. I remember Bengals fans just oohing and on when they hired. Oh my God! Like, are we ever going to look at the Browns? I remember someone, and I'm not going to say who, but he was just ripping the Bengals, large account.
Yeah,
and said, to me, the Browns will win a Super Bowl before the Bengals.
Was that before they made the worst trade in NFL history?
Oh yeah, that was before. And I'm over here like, I know that's what they're going to do. That's what they do. They screw shit up. That they mess up. They do. So I'm not worried about the Browns. And lo and behold, I was right. Here we go. People can say, "Oh, that's lucky." No, they have a history. After a while, it's just a habit.
Dude, since '99, they have missed the Browns. And I don't make this a Browns podcast, but they have missed on the most important position in football over and over and over and over again since 1999. Since they came back, they've had 3,000 quarterbacks, and they've all sucked. Every single one of them. They have totally missed. I mean, like, look, if they would have kept Baker, they might have made the playoffs this year.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
I never understood, like, and I've said this before. Baker was hurt his last year with the Browns. He hurt his shoulder, and he played through it. He shouldn't have. Obviously, hindsight now, he shouldn't have. And he had an awful season. It's like the Browns, they forgot that he had a hurt shoulder, and then they had to go out and get Deshaun Watson, who hadn't played in a year and a half. That just the move, and then pay him the most money ever and guarantee all of it. It never made any sense to me whatsoever. But hey, it's the Browns, and I hope they suck forever. So let's see here. Dustin, artificial intelligence and cognitive testing.
Cognitive testing
is going to replace most scouts. Yeah, help me out a little bit here. You'll be able to feed the algorithm of players, measurables, cognitive testing, the benefit fits your scheme. I think we're getting pretty close to that right now. I think they do a lot of that already.
The crazy thing is we are so far away. And it's because, like, I'm telling you, Bengals brass, Katie, Elizabeth, anybody wants to listen, bring me in. I want to talk about this stuff. I do not have a product to sell, but I want to paint the picture of what it could look like. Because honestly, a lot of these companies trying to do stuff, they're either oversold or undersold, and the plan sucks. So that when they implement the crap plan, no one is impressed. You've got to set the right path forward. I agree with him. I think he's right. And there's so many ways that you can go about doing it, but it's got to start with good data. I don't know what the teams in the NFL keep on themselves, but I don't think they keep enough. From what I know, even the best teams don't have enough data on their own team. But you give me about way too many. I'm not going to share secrets here. You give me way too many data points on. I'm talking. I want video. I mean, we can use AI video to pick up like what foot someone prefers to start with, what their lead foot is normally, depending on what. I mean, detail. You give me that kind of data, I'll find you anybody you want in the draft based on who's available and just auto draft. I'm not even kidding.
So headlines tomorrow: Cincinnati Bengals hire Bengals captain as their new tech guy.
You know, I had a dream about that.
Did you?
I kid you not. I had a big old Super Bowl ring, and like I woke up emotional.
Look, dude.
Like,
all I know is if you get that job, remember I'm your friend. You can just I don't know shit about computers. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I just want to go into the facilities and hang out. That's all I want to do. I just want to be the fly on the wall. All right, Lindsay here says, "What if there's still a DC in the playoffs that the Bengals will talk to?" I kind of doubt it's an actual DC because that's a lateral move. Unless the Bengals are going to pay them more money than what they're getting. Usually, guys don't. If they're a good DC, they stay there. They don't move from one DC coordinator to another. I mean, it's happened, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I kind of lean to not thinking that's it, just because if they're a good DC, they stay there and they have their system already in place and everything, and their next step is trying to be a head coach. So we'll see. Rob says it's
I thought
about the Bengals.
I heard a few position coaches that would have been.
Well, position coach, yeah, like secondary coach, like that's a DC already.
Rob again. That profile pic is way too handsome, bro.
It's
like you gotta leave some for the rest of us. And yes, that is my wet football dream, dude. And it's seriously, I woke up laughing. I'm like, holy cow! Because here's the funny part. It was a job that I could do from the stands. So I was in the stands the whole season.
You were
then,
really? I'm not.
In the dream. And
okay, I got you.
And then at the Super Bowl parade in Cincinnati, it was Coach that stood up and said, hey, we had a secret weapon the whole time. And
Bengals captain.
Oh man, one of the coolest dreams ever.
Oh God, yeah.
Son of a gun,
dude.
Son of a gun.
If that could be your job, you would die a happy man. You would be fine. They just be the
and it would be so easy because all you're doing is making everyone in the building more efficient. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Hey, you got my vote. I think you should do it. Dustin here says the Ravens literally go down Dane Brewer's draft board and pick from that. They probably do.
I mean, telling you,
these guys put a lot of work into it.
There are a lot of people because what are we going to like? Everyone that does that spends how many hours of watching film on one dude in one situation over. They all do it. So it's like, all right, align yourself with someone who hit the types of players you want to hit, and then just follow the leader.
Following the leader. Keith says Bengals have to stop piling up offensive weapons. Sign Chase, sign Higgins, Trey. Use the entire draft for the O-line, D-line, edge. I don't disagree with that. I don't know about the entire draft, but I think the first 3 rounds, and they got to sign some free agents, which if they sign Trey and Chase and Higgins, they might not be. I don't know how many free agents they could sign. And one thing I want to put this out to you and me have talked about this before. Speaking of the Bengals free agents, they if they go out and sign some outside the organization, they got to do a better job than they had the last couple of years. I know we got Orlando Brown, but we also got Nick Scott, who wasn't good. And the guys that signed this year haven't really panned out. They've really missed on the free agency this year. And if you look back, dude, I remember a time when we never signed free agents. If we did, it was some washed-up guy. So when everybody says the Bengals have been cheap and they haven't done anything, I always come back to that. Okay, well, we signed DJ Reader. We signed Chidobe Awuzie. We signed Mike Hilton. We signed Trey Henderson. The list goes on and on of the free agents we signed in the past that have worked. and just the last 2 years they have missed on them. That to me is, along with signing Trey and T, they got to have a plan. Sign Trey or extend Trey, sign T, sign Jamar, and then I at least want to get at least one guard. I think sign a free agent guard. I think you can get. I'm talking to Dale. I think you can get an edge and a interior defense line in the draft, and maybe another guard somewhere along the way. But those are, to me, those are the spots we got to fix. As we talked a little bit about before the show started, the offensive line coach, how we need to get an offensive line coach who can help the guys get better. And I love Lou, but that was kind of the problem with Lou. He didn't develop the young guys. I mean, we drafted Cordell Volson. He kind of hit a wall. He didn't really get much better. Our guard play was not good at all this year. So I'm curious as to who they're going to get for the offensive line coach. And like I said, I'm surprised they haven't brought anybody in yet for that. That's surprising to me. Nobody.
They're really good about keeping secrets, though.
Yes, they are. I will say. And maybe they haven't. We just don't know. Which I find it hard to believe that none of the Bengal beat writers can find out anything. So I don't know.
Who isn't there an assistant on staff that was very, very highly regarded a couple years back?
Yeah, you're jogging my memory. Yeah.
I feel like Chad, help me out. I feel like everybody was talking about one specific person. Like maybe he came from Callahan's staff over, or like there was somebody. So hey, if they can do the job, I don't care if it's internal. I do not, because I don't care where it comes from. Yeah, we brought in some guys from outside as assistants in different type of positions. So technically, to me, that's not internal. But yeah, I mean, who's out there? I don't know anything. All I know is it feels like there are no good offensive line coaches. That's all it feels like.
All right. See, I don't mind this one either, since what's his face got fired or not being brought back for coach. Keith says, "What do you guys think about bringing Zim back as DC?" I wouldn't mind it. I don't know what the feasibility.
I wouldn't mind
it.
Is. Football.
I would take it.
So did they fired him?
Mike McCarthy did not get renewed. They're not. They're parting ways. So his contract ended, and they're not bringing him back. So far, they say they just parted ways. They fired him or whatever. They're not renewing his contract. So he is, and they're talking about he might go to Chicago now or something. Or he might interview at that job. But Zim's out there, so I mean that's another name that they could bring in. I mean, he was a great DC for us. I mean, he was part of the 5-year playoff run, and our defense was phenomenal then. So I mean,
I will say, look at what happened in the playoffs every single year. Mm-hmm. They had their worst games defensively every single playoff game.
Yeah.
So I know he's proven himself. He definitely has. Like, if he came back and that was a good fit for what we were wanting to do, I think great. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be better. But yeah.
Dustin, Ice, Cap, are you guys upset that Paul Danner was denied access to Tobin for an interview? Being a similar family-ran organization, I believe communication transparency should be elite. I think they should make him more open, because it all falls on Zach. I mean, Zach's got to answer every question. And there's some questions Zach can't answer because, like he says, it's above his pay grade. So, yeah, I do think I would like to hear from Duke a little bit more, because, I mean, he is our de facto GM. So it would be nice to hear from him. We're probably going to hear from him, I think, at the Senior Bowl and maybe the Combine, but that's not for a while. So, yeah, you're right.
Now, I did not hear about the explicit denial, and it could just be that.
Yeah, I don't know
Tobin doesn't have, the time. It could be, I don't know.
I don't know about the denial or anything. I just know I would like to hear him talk. That's all I'm saying.
They are particular about who they, will help out based on, how shitty have you been about the team? So
right.
That's the thing.
Right. Yeah, they say Paul. Yeah, everybody keeps saying he said it on his podcast. So I have not listened to the podcast. So, well, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know that Dana's been necessarily super negative. So,
Yeah,
but hey,
I just don't think they just don't want him to talk to anybody right now, which I honestly think he should. He should have, the end of the year press conference. He should have that, but he doesn't.
interesting. I don't know, because to me, end of the year press conference is not going to sway me at all. Everybody that talked about Mike Tomlin,
Who?
everybody that talked about Mike Tomlin, like, oh, listen to him, he's blah blah blah. Right? I'm like, listen, everybody complains about coach speak with Zach Taylor. Now, if you listen and don't hate the guy and listen, he gives hints all the time. I know, like when he talks, it's something like, oh yeah, well it's the defense as a whole. Like, yeah, the 5-second pause right after somebody talked about safety play where he stared at him, that was a sign. It's like, I'm not gonna say safety, but the entire defense, like, oh yeah, he's thinking safety. Like that's just how he works. That's how he speaks. That part of that is just body language.
Yeah.
Like he was sitting there thinking of what to say because he was.
Well, that's the thing. The Bengals put Zach in bad situations because he's the only one that talks. That's where I wish they
I don't.
somebody else out there.
He does a good job. I don't.
Oh
think
no, he does. I think he does a phenomenal job at it. But
they
did the same thing to Marvin too. I mean, Marvin had
everybody's like rah rah.
Yeah.
And like, okay, no, Tomlin's saying the same stuff. That Tomlin's giving you coach speak. It's a different type of coach speak. It's like I'll never forget the last year where everybody's raving like, oh, I wish Zach would say that. It's like, oh, things are going to change. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
I think 4 games went on, and then finally something little happened.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it was the same result. This year, same result. They went and got
5
2
years in a row.
quarterbacks. Russell Wilson could have gotten them somewhere. I mean,
5
he's got a
straight
Super Bowl
playoffs.
ring. Yeah.
5.
So,
I've said this before. Tomlin is Marvin Lewis now. I mean, the last 5 years, Tomlin's Marvin Lewis. He gets them to the playoffs and loses.
What are the Blackburns? What are the Browns? What's Duke Tobin going to say at the end of the year? I'm not necessarily saying
that they're going to say any more than Zach is. It'd be nice to.
I know,
have
and
him say something.
everybody, you're right for wanting that. We should expect that. I do agree. I'm just not going to get anything out of it because I'm not going to hear anything.
Yeah, Duke's not going to tell you anything. I know.
We didn't play well enough. We want to keep our guys.
Yeah. I don't want to make other teams better.
Yeah.
It'll be the same stuff, but it'll be nice to at least I guess hear from him. Now, Augie wants to know: do you guys think is Zach on the hot seat next year? I said this on Monday's show that I think Zach put himself on the hot seat next year because he said he's the one that fired the defense coordinators. And for some reason, if it doesn't work next year, who else you going to fire? That's where I think Zach has put himself on that. He did it himself because, like I said, this year was not good enough. Our goal is Lombardi. Our goal is the Super Bowl, and I like that. So, yeah, will it happen? I have no freaking clue. I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope we win the damn Super Bowl next year. But yeah, I think by him firing the whole side of the ball in the defense, yeah, he kind of did it to himself.
And I've not heard anyone else talking about that. Ice, I would clip that and post it and get people talking because I've not heard anybody say. I think you're right. And that's good because I think he knows that, and he took ownership of that, which I think is great. Like it's funny because people have this idea that a lot of social media has kind of cultivated. This idea about Zach. It is hilarious to me how many people don't realize. Like, go to Getty Sports Images, look up Zach Taylor, and look at how many. Like every game, you're gonna find a picture of him just irate, ripping a referee's head off. Mm-hmm. He does not back down. He's not gonna drop F-bombs and tell everybody that his team sucks. Now coaches have done that at the end of a bad game. Mm-hmm. Not every team gets motivated by like that. Burrow has said he doesn't get motivated by that. So you get somebody who's just loudmouth, dropping F-bomb, gruff, whatever. Joe Burrow it may not play his best football.
And to be honestly, those days I won't say are over, but the NFL athletes and everybody are different now. You don't talk to people like that anymore. It's just the
Well,
way.
so my
the
key
society
is
is.
like
Yeah.
Turner, old offensive line coach.
Mhm.
You can't swear. I'm not going to swear at someone.
Right.
I'm going to swear while I'm talking to them. There's a big difference between
You mother.
you use or you know what? We're going to go out there. We're going to kick their. It's
Right.
it's time and roll. Like let's go. Like it's the same amount of bleeps.
I don't know
But
why. I don't know why it always cracks me up whenever you do that and you keep talking and it beeps. I don't know why that freaking cracks me up. I don't know why. It's funny.
no, you know how hard that is. I didn't realize because like timing it and like I'm not good. So normally I don't actually speak while I hit the sensor. I move my mouth because otherwise I'm gonna like let off the sensor and drop an F bomb. Like I can't. I can't get the timing right.
It worked out great. It worked out great. Hold on. Yeah.
Keith Souter had a good comment. Cap Zim's the worst game of the playoffs, but lose the first 8 games cost us playoffs. Potato. Yeah,
Hey,
fair.
if the NFL would have counted the touchdown that they
Yeah.
said they counted,
Paul
we would have
Painter.
been close.
brought up Caskey. Kyle Caskey. Oh man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
People don't realize Kyle Caskey was like running backs coach. He was
Make him the running game
defensive
coordinator.
quality, assistant.
Mhm.
He knows defense really, really well.
Yeah.
And it might be a weird jump but he taught his wife defense. And to hear her explain some of the defensive schemes back when he was with the Bengals, I fucking loved it. She nailed she could have been coach.
There you
And
go.
that's how good of a teacher he is. So, hey, I would not be the fan base would flip out. I know he could do a good job. So good name job.
Yeah, that's good. Who was so somebody brought up Marvin Lewis. I don't see him coming back here as a DC. I just popped it up there. I don't know where it went, but somebody brought up Marvin Lewis. I don't see Marvin coming back here where he was a head coach for 800 years to being a DC. So.
And Rob talking about signing Hendrickson and Hilton. I agree. We have to. We have to. I don't want any drama with Hendrickson. I think we
No.
can get him a contract extension that he's happy with. Hilton too. Like
Well,
they are
Hilton,
not too old.
Well, Hilton, I think depends on. Well, see, I don't decide either one until we get a DC in there. But I think Hilton actually definitely is determined on the defensive coordinator because I love Mike. I want him back on the team, but I don't know if you can count on him to be the cover guy he used to be. He's great on blitzes and stuff like that, but maybe it might be time for him to move to some kind of safety role or something. That's where I'm not sure. I'm not saying I don't want him. I think it depends on what the DC sees his role being because I don't think he's going to be our starting slot corner next year. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Mike, if you're watching, I hope you are. Maybe
Hey,
I'm wrong, but you never know.
Worst case, if he's depth, I'm
Yeah.
taking it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, depth, yeah.
I'm done trying to guess. Like I know these dudes on a level that would make me an expert to decide. I'm done because I thought with DJ, like, well, I can see it, his age and his injury again, and I was wrong. I've been wrong. You keep testing all these dudes and their ability to come back. So you know what I would do is I'd be coach. I'd be Zach saying, hey, Mike, I just want to let you know you're back with us again, but front office said you didn't have anything left. Let's go out and prove them wrong.
Go prove him wrong, big boy.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
That way we get to keep our guy and they go prove that they've got more left like they always do, except for another team.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, Whitworth, DJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
List goes on and on. Greg here. Bengals have to fix, or excuse me, Bengals have a lot to fix to be on top. What is that word?
Echelon.
Echelon.
Tier.
Of the AFC going to 2025. Defense is slow. 2 guards are weak. Need big running back. Offset Chase Brown. can't play 17 on one back. 4, game management, situation, play calling. I've said this before.
Let's hit those one by one. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. Well, I'll go this way. It's kind of what I said. Everybody, like, I'll say this during the season, where people are like, "Oh my God, we got so much to fix. We're at least a year away." Like, we're not. We're not a year away. You get, and it can be done in one off season. You, like I said, we signed T, signed Trey, signed Chase, signed all of them. You get 2 guards, either free agency or draft, and you get an edge guy, and you get interior defensive line, man, and you can consistently get pressure on the quarterback. That's what you have to do consistently. Somebody help Trey. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be. I think we're gonna be back in the playoffs. Yeah.
But think about that too. We saw Joseph Asai start to really come on late.
Yep.
Miles Murphy, his pass
When they finally started playing them.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we might have more. So even if they were average, I feel like we went from Trey Hendrickson and then just zero hope for even making the quarterback's butt cheeks clench. Like, not even, heaven forbid, you grab him and you tackle him. Like, he wasn't even nervous. So I think the talent is there, though.
Yeah.
I think we've got now, so number one, defense is slow. Are they, though? I feel like when they played, the gap integrity, they were where they were supposed to be. They were flying to the football. I feel like they were fast enough. We can always use more speed. I mean, no one's going to turn down speed.
No.
But
we
I
need
feel
the
like
guys to stay in front of them, like, especially, because I remember the Chargers game. I remember B.J. Hill going up and Rankins going up and then Sherbert running, and there was nobody there. I was like, you gotta freaking stay. The gap containment. You gotta stay there. You can't. And all they do is push him out around the quarterback, and that was the last game I saw them do that. Now Rankins, I don't think, played another game after that, but it seemed like McKinley and Chris Jenkins were able to hold the line a little better. To me, I mean, we still can improve on that, of course. Let's see.
Well, hold on. So guards are weak. I mean,
Our guards
man, I don't want to run into those dudes and
No.
oh yeah, you said, but to their own standard, and you want to look at any kind of grades and pressure given up and stuff like that, it was an off year. I'll say it that way. Like, can they come back? I always believe they can bounce back. I'm not going to give up on Volson, but we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared.
We got to have depth too. Is the thing is like
depth ready to step
Ford,
up because if they want to hand that to Volson again, and he starts out like man, that was brutal.
Cody Ford,
running back.
Cody Ford played. I was impressed with Cody Ford. He played left tackle, right tackle, and I know one of the guard positions.
Man,
he impressed me. I'd bring him back for depth. I don't want him as a starter.
And here's the thing, like, OBJ is playing the best football of his life right now, and it happened. So I know some people had, and I'm not talking about the TT stuff and the ex-girlfriend. No, he's had some issues on the field, but Cody Ford, like, literally, definitely stepped up. Yeah. Ford was good this season. Absolutely. Big running back to offset Chase Brown. So here's the thing. Everybody just get used to it. Chase Brown wants to be the bell cow. I've said it. I don't know that I've heard it anywhere else, but that was what was told to me. So get used to heavy doses of Chase Brown. Backups? Yeah. So
I want to back up bigger running back. Chase Brown's going to be the number one running back for sure. And I have no problem with that. I want a short yardage, bigger dude, goal line, stuff like that. That's what I would like,
Hey, man, pick up a fullback late round. That would be cool.
Yeah. Wow. That position still exists?
Yeah,
I still want to see Mims back there. I think that would be cool.
Man. Game management and situational play calling. I'll just say this. It's easy to look when one thing happens and we feel like we would have went another way. There are other things at play, though. So, like, I'm not going to blame one Burrow turnover on the entire game. They hurt. The one against the Ravens late, fourth quarter, red zone, that
one
could have
changed the whole
sealed it.
game. That
That could have
interception,
sealed it.
that changed the whole game.
But we had other opportunities too.
Yeah.
So trust me, like every team. Now, here's the thing: a lot of coaches get stuff wrong, and their players bail them out. So you might have. I guarantee you, I've seen that with the Chiefs. I've seen the 3rd and 20 draw play, and they got the 21 yards. Like, you've got to be kidding me. That wasn't expertly drawn up by Reed. That was execution. So we're close. We're close.
All right, Dustin here. He said, I agree with the last comment. All remaining teams in the playoffs have elite trench play. Their O lines are moving people. D lines are getting after pass. Yeah, and the thing is, like people, like our offensive line did not play good, but our tackles and our center are fine. It's the guards. I hate to call those guys out because, like he said, I don't want to meet him. I've met Cordova, so he's a very nice guy, and he's a big Bush drinker. That's what he likes to drink. But I'm not getting rid of Cordell, but I'm bringing somebody in to compete. You got to have competition at those spots.
Yep.
And Kappa, I love Kappa. I think Kappa just sometimes you just get old and you just drop off, and I think it's what happened with Kappa. So I could see them not you, Cap, not you, Cap.
I felt that.
Kappa, not Cap.
Gino, I have heard Zach has larger than average nuts. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Just gonna put that. Michael Madden, do you give Cam Sample another shot because the season ended? Yeah,
I would. I mean,
I
it ain't gonna cost you a whole lot.
a lot of the short periods of time where he was in, he made plays. So absolutely, Augie OB Jr. Cheerleader, absolutely. Gino loves Mims. Oh man, dude, Mims, like a good dude, like that big ass smile, and he's so huge.
I want to meet him sometime. I mean, shoot, OBJ is freaking awesome, dude. Zeus, dude, he is the nicest. I've met him 3 times now, and he still hasn't come on my podcast, but he says he's going to. But he's a nice, and he remembers who I am. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're Iceman." I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" I get a kick out of it. They know who I am. That's just like the little kids in me going, "Hey!"
Oh yeah,
exactly. That's who I am. Like
I'm with you there.
I'm almost 50 years old. I'm like, "Hey!" It's just cool. But yeah, he's awesome.
Keith Souter, the best offseason move we can make: level playing field by raising more cash than and to pay the ref. I started reading that only because, Keith, I would absolutely recommend the Bengals brass look into public relations with the league, because there is no way in hell that we get what we get out of random luck. And I get it. Hey, you've got the money, you own the team, awesome. There have been a lot of times in my life, in my career, where I've been the first one to apologize. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do a damn thing wrong. But for the other person's ego, I had to apologize.
Cap,
I did it.
Cap, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know for what, but I'm just apologizing.
Because, man, you get somebody whining and dining these people. Like, hey, I'm reach into the Hubay's roster of any single woman and talk to Goodell. Like, I'll be down there in New Orleans. Hey, Roger, come on out to dinner with us. We'll show you a good time. Like, won't you back off the officiating?
Hubay the pimp?
Man, no, that'd be Cat the Pimp. We got to keep her record spotless. So when I'm in jail, she can still go on. Oh.
I'll get the Dustin's here. Developing and maintaining a roster, not just building a roster, is the biggest challenge for the Bengals are facing. Take for example, the Ravens lost 3/5 of their O-line last year and led the league in rushing, and that's one thing that somebody brought up.
And they started out shit.
I think
that O-line started out
awful.
terrible.
It was awful. Yeah, I remember making fun of them. Like, I thought their O-line was going to be. That's one thing I said at the beginning of the year. Their O-line was going to be awful. They lost everybody. Well, I was wrong. They turned it around. And I think Joe Goodberry. I think he brought that up. A roster. They're good at building rosters, I think it was Joe. But they're not so great at maintaining them because I mean, if you look at what happened with the Andy Dalton years, it started once we lost Whitworth, then it's and I'm hoping. I don't think that's what's happening here. I still think we have enough talent. They just gotta they gotta keep it. They gotta and add to it. And that's been to me is the problem with our defense because we spent so much money on the defense and spent money on draft picks. We haven't developed them. I mean, Miles Murphy was our first round pick last year. He should have been starting or getting more snaps than Sam Hubbard. And I love Sam, but Sam was hurt all year. He was hurt. Like, there's no reason Sam should have got more snaps.
Sam out.
I'm not counting him out. I'm just
no. To everyone else, I see a lot of Sam cutters.
I would bring him back at a lower rate. Is what I would
wait till he's healthy going in and see what we've got.
He hasn't been healthy 2 years. That's the problem. You know, he was hurt last year too.
I'm not going to count again. No more. I'm not going to count out his off-season regimen to push forward. Let's see what he has in camp because if he's got his speed back because he's healthy, fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm just saying, I'm not counting anybody out. No, give them a chance to prove it.
Yeah, my point was I don't know why you had this first round pick that you didn't start or give more snaps to let Sam at least let Sam try to heal up. He should have had less snaps because he was
injured. A big question.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for it.
I don't have an answer for it either.
Gino in chat is Gino on Gino violence.
Yes.
Respectfully, Gino still must go. Gino, you're Gino saying Gino. Like that hurts the Gino clan. I don't know. I do think that once Lou simplified things, we saw the Gino really come out.
Right. So why did he do that sooner? That's what I'm like. I don't get why it took so long for him to change. It's like I don't know. That's when I go back on the season.
That's heartbreaking to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's like because you can see if they could have the way they played the last 5 games. If you play like that at the beginning of the season, we're in the playoffs. I'm like,
forget the beginning of the season. We didn't know the problems that we had. So right off the first, however, let's say we start 1-4. Mm-hmm. You make the switch earlier though, and you just give us San Diego. That should have been a win. You just give us maybe the Steelers.
Yeah,
San Diego. Jeez, I did that, didn't I?
Yeah,
I can't. I'll never be able to.
I know. I had to catch myself.
How old is that guy? He still calls it San Diego. I can't help it.
To your point, we gave up 40 points.
One stop against the Steelers.
We got 40 points to the Steelers. Steelers can't score on anybody. They scored 40 on us. Like,
who else?
Come on.
Was there somebody else in that run?
Well, the Eagles. That wasn't a good game, but Eagles are a good team. So
and I'll take that one. I'll take that.
They're a good team, so I wouldn't.
Man, that's sad. I gotta look it up. I've already written it off.
I remember Chargers, the Steelers game. What was another one?
Those two really stuck out.
Yeah. Because the Chargers game, they came back in the second half, roaring back in the second half. I'm like, oh crap, we're gonna win this. And then Evan missed 2 field goals is one of the reasons we lost. But you can't give up as many points. That first half, the Chargers were going through our defense like Swiss cheese. They were just running up and down the field.
You know what sucks is those are the only 2. Well, okay, and the Ravens, 35-34. But the referees at the end of that one was absolute garbage. But yeah, so let's say you fix it after Philly.
If you win those 2 games, we're in. If you beat the Chargers, you beat the Steelers, we're in. We're in.
Yeah,
that's what's
one.
Yeah, one. Just what's so frustrating. I mean, or if we beat New England and they count the damn touchdown, it's just like.
And I'm telling you, fans, if you hear this, I get shit on all the time for talking about the officials. I'm telling you right now, you have every right to dog the officials all you want. Now, I don't know why. But some of these Bengals fans want to clown me and post memes, whatever WWE wrestler, obscene gesture, blah, 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 and me and Zach. Hey, the Bengals have...
Wait, they do what? I've never seen those before.
I can't even remember. Look it up. I'll show you offline. I'm not going to describe it in detail. I get kind of pissed when I see it. I'm like, listen, okay,
I don't mean to laugh, but that's pretty funny.
no one's blowing anybody here. We're talking football. That's all we're talking. Like, stop. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Everybody is wanting, oh, well, Zach sucks. So if we get a head coach to come in and replace for that one call per game, I'm asking for bigger change than that. Like, if that's all we need, the offense was humming. I want bigger change. You know what's bigger change? Obviously, better defense. And if we could get the officials off our damn backs, so guess what? Fan of the year. I am sure as hell not going to win the complete NFL award for fan of the year because I've been dogging the NFL ever since it was done.
Yeah, Bengals Captain's on the line, Roger. Got to talk to him.
And I'm going to continue. Because it's wrong. You don't just I'm sorry for taking away 7 points.
Yeah, but what the hell good does that do?
Going to be. I'm sorry. I feel like you are a self-hating fan if you're going to completely ignore those 7 points, and I mean it, completely ignore. I get it. You can acknowledge it and say we should have played better. You're right. We should have played better. It should have never came down to that. But the Kansas City Chiefs won 4 or 5 games playing ugly.
Yeah,
and
all their games.
Got something, a little bit of help at the end, a little home cooking,
Always.
And ended up going on that streak. We only needed one, and the one we needed was fairness. We didn't need extra.
Or how about Joe getting a call? All right, let's go back.
Get Joe a call, at least protect him.
Well, let's go back to the Ravens game, the 2-point conversion.
Good
5.
Lord.
There were five penalties on that. Joe got hit, face mask. There was 2 holding calls and another face mask. There were 5 penalties on one damn play to win the game, and they didn't call anything. There's one picture that somebody took, and you can see that's a face mask, that's a face mask, that's a hold over there. It's like, calls nothing. I'm not saying maybe they scoot back and maybe they scored a 2-point conversion. Anyway, I have no idea. But there was 5 calls. It was blatant.
You cannot miss that. I get it. So the Chiefs, the end of the game, they never called it the same way the rest of the year. I saw 5 examples. They never called it the same way. That's a little bit more than coincidental to me. But I'll even say all right. That's close, bang, bang-ish. You waited 30 seconds to throw the flag. Whatever. I'm being petty. But 5, clear as day.
Yeah.
I mean, the DPI on that play was worse than what we saw against the Chiefs. But it wasn't DPI when it was happening to us. They got to do better. And Bengals fans need to chirp louder, in my opinion. People call you weak, call you cry. Oh, look at him cry. You just win more games. You know what? Awesome that you're the bootlicker for the NFL. It's awesome. Hey, I'm going to send out that WWE meme of the oral with you and Goodell then when you're wanting to say, don't talk about the NFL, it's the Bengals. Tables are turned here. Seriously. You should be able to hold the NFL at the same level of expectation that you're holding the Bengals. But the NFL has the ability to take away games. And they did. 7 points there. How many penalties at the end? Oh.
I mean, that's the biggest one.
I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty now.
I will never. I was so pissed off after that game. I will never forget that. I mean, yes, again, the Bengals should have played better. They should have. I agree with all that. They should have put themselves in that position. But they were. And the thing is, the refs have got to make at least one call. And the thing is, they have this ref up in the sky that every once in a while will buzz in and say, hey, we got to check something. How the hell are you not buzzing in to check that one? I just, or going, guys, you missed 5 penalties there. You might want to go back and call one of them. It's absurd. Exactly, Rob. It's I just don't get it.
And fans say that it evens out. or it happens to everybody.
Well, if it did,
No,
then why,
it does
why are we in
not.
the playoffs?
No,
if
it
did-
does not happen to everybody. Like, very rarely do teams get screwed like we. I can think of one, the Saints in the playoffs.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that was pretty. Other than that, no team consistently. We know we're going to get screwed, and I hate the fact that we have to expect that we're going to score 40 every single game in order to be competitive because we can't get fair officiating. It's just it's BS. There's some good comments. So Gino said he lost the title coming into the season. They can put me in his uniform. Gino, I can't wait to see you. I will be cheering you on. I hope you're a hitter. Keith Souter, Cap, why didn't we know the problems we had? Because Taylor refuses to give starters enough playing time in preseason. I don't believe that to be true.
I still don't know.
Well,
People say that.
so the Joe Burrow injury stuff is real.
Yeah.
I've discussed it. I'm going to make a video eventually, maybe. I'll probably get lazy and not do it. But it's absolutely true about the early season performances. But it's more the injuries. When we started, the D-line was wiped out. Everybody forgot that. I don't know how, but
we were
the
injured.
D-line was wiped out to start.
Ratkins, B.J. Hill.
Man.
Chris Jenkins, he broke his hand. That's 3 of them that were out.
And it's tough to decide. It's like, all right, well, it didn't work out, but hey, we held the Patriots to, we held the Chiefs. Like, okay, and then the defense started kind of, from what I know, and I think honestly, I'm going to say this: it should be common sense that Zach addressed what was going on with the defense early, because if he hadn't, he wouldn't really have a reason to fire Lou. So that was probably talked about. And the changes and the timing and the flow of the season is one of the reasons that decision came down. So now this is not a team that's going to make a switch mid-season like that. Actually, it happened under Lewis. But the only reason it happened under Lewis is because it was Terrell Austin. The defense was atrocious. And what is Marvin Lewis? Defensive coordinator. So he started taking over the play calls, and defense instantly improved. It was absolutely insane. So, yeah.
All right, Gino here. The fact the league fought us and Joe, Trey, and Chase balled out, Mike's going to have to come off a pretty penny. Yeah, they're going to have to pay. Well,
the money's there.
The money's there. The one I know they're going to sign is Jamar. I hope they're going to extend. The thing is, like Trey, the thing is, like, I'll just talk a little bit about Trey here. If they don't extend Trey, Cap, Trey's going to hold out or something. There's going to be something, and that's what I don't want. Like, we don't need any contract distractions, no Joe Burrow injuries. Just have a normal freaking training camp would be great. And that's why I'm like, Mike, Duke, Katie, if you guys listen, please extend Trey. Please sign Chase. Please sign T. Just get this done. Get it done. Get it out of the way. All right, you got that set. All right, here's this money. All that money's gone. Yeah, all this money's gone. Leave that here. You still got a lot of money left. Go sign a couple free agents and get ready for the draft. And let's go win this damn thing. That's because we're so close. I mean, we are. The way the offense is playing, if I keep saying we would have beat we would have played. Who would have played? Buffalo. We probably would have beat. We might have beat Buffalo. We at least gave them a better game. I'll put it that way.
I think we would have beat Buffalo.
Yeah, than what Denver did. I mean, like I said, everybody's like, well, you didn't win your way in. Like, they damn near did. Denver had to win one game out of 3, and they damn near lost it. We needed 7 things to go right. 6 of them went right.
Herculean effort.
Yeah, you know how hard that is to make that happen? I know the Bengals had to win, which they did. So, I mean, the role the Bengals were on, and I know people are like, oh, Bengals fans are crying because they deserved to. I'm not saying we deserved to be in the playoffs. We didn't win enough to get in there. We didn't. But I'm saying.
I think we did.
We
did. We deserved to be in there. I will say
we didn't. I mean, by a record, we didn't win enough to get in there. So, I mean, that's just
record. It's not my record.
Yeah. That's just the way it is. But the thing is, if we got in.
Not my playoffs.
If we got in, they would have made some noise. And it would have been a lot better. Because these playoff games. All playoff games sucked except for the Buccaneers and the Commanders last night. That was the only one that was good. The rest of them were just kind of boring blowouts. NFL, you need Jackpot Joey and you need the Bengals in the playoffs.
Yep, absolutely.
You need them.
Keith, Chiefs fans, and that's Chiefs fans talking smack about Joe. It makes it so difficult because so personally,
they keep
you
talking
take
about
away
Orlando
all
Brown,
social
too.
media. I am rooting for the Bills because I would love to see the Bills win it all. Hey, Foxy, what's going on, brother?
He's calling
I
you
would
big
love
time,
to
not
see
me,
the Bills
by the
win
way.
it all because that would blow up that myth that, oh, well, a QB and a coach can't win anything if they've been together after blah, blah, blah. That would blow that up. I love it. Go for it. And then I get on Twitter and I'm looking at Bills fans talking shit about the Bengals fans. I'm like, nah, never mind. You know, I can't let social media distort, because honestly, like Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is annoying. He cries a lot. He's a whiny baby. Kelsey's annoying. I don't understand why Kelsey got to be so annoying, especially toward the city that basically is the reason he is
he's in the NFL.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And some of the media hype around you, but it's the fans. It's the annoying fans where I post something unrelated, and it's mostly Chiefs fans in the comments.
Oh, I get
none of
trolled by
them
Chiefs fans.
none of them have enough money to pay for Twitter to actually then help me because that's how Twitter does it now. If you're verified and you're interacting with someone and they're verified, then they can possibly get ad revenue or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Really?
None of them, all of them are cheap.
Well, then
all of them are cheap.
You need to talk more on Twitter so I get ad verified. Now, but Chiefs fans, they do troll. That's the fan base that trolls me the most. Probably because I always keep calling it. Probably I keep calling it Burrowhead. I bring it on myself by doing that. But the funny thing is they're like, oh, how do you like Orlando Brown? I'm like, he's great. I love Orlando Brown. He's better than your left tackle. I mean, now I got to give it to them. They somehow figured it out. They had Tooney go out there and played left tackle, and he played good. That's the part where you're saying it before. We had guys get injured or whatever, or didn't play as good. The other teams figured it out. That's where the Bengals have got to figure it out because guys are going to get hurt. It's going to happen. It's football. That's where you got to have the depth and you got to have quality people there to feel like Cody Ford played awesome. We need more guys like Cody Ford. If Cordell Vosa and Cody Ford are backups next year, I'm fine with it. That'd be great. I think they both would be good backups. And who knows? Maybe Cordell can eventually get better, and maybe he could be our starter again sometime. But you got to fix the guards, you got to get an edge, and you got to get an interior defensive line. And people keep coming at me and saying, "Oh, we got to get a cornerback." I'm like, I will never not say to draft a cornerback, but if you get consistent pressure on the cornerback,
rolling.
Yeah, your secondary gets better that way, and we have five good guys.
Yeah, I mean, Dax looked good. People forget Dax looked good.
Dax looked
DJ
real good.
came in. DJ looked good.
They got hurt.
And I promise you all, Cam Taylor-Britt
is going to be better.
Is going to come back. Mm-hmm. There's a little hiccup for maybe part of the season to start, most of the season to start, whatever it was. It is not an on-the-field thing. He did not forget. His hips didn't get stiff. Those Cam Taylor-Britt's hips don't lie. I don't know why I just said that. I should have stopped myself. But he will be back. So we're going to be looking at those three corners and then hopefully also Mike Hilton. And, I mean, Dejon Anthony showed some – there's some up-and-comers. I think that's why we kept our secondary coach because they were happy with the development of those young guys.
I mean, and I think CTB came back. He started playing better in the last 5 games. So, I mean, they all got better. And again, I'll keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. You get pressure on that quarterback. You make him throw the ball sooner than he wants to. That makes your secondary better. I mean, you let him stand back there, and you only have one guy, Trey Hendrickson, getting pressure on him, and he can stand back there and eat a sandwich, and then go, and get to his 5th read. Nobody can cover him that long. You do that consistently. Nobody can cover him that long. So,
Rob, I agree with you. Burnout on football. I skipped the wild card. I'll probably skip most of it. I'll probably just get updated on apps. Michael Madden said, heard Pittsburgh fans say they wish Bengals would have gotten in. At least Bengals have heart. I love to hear that. They're kind of broken. Paranormal story time. Sign T. Chase Hendrickson, then have a good draft. Honestly, it gets that easy.
Yeah,
Boom. It gets that
it's
easy.
that simple.
Augie, Bills fans are a weird bunch on social media. I do not understand it. I think, you know, any talk, maybe they're bitter because the Ravens fans have been on them. Because honestly, Joe is MVP. Second place, if you're going to do a weird, oh, he can't because he's not in the playoffs, it's Josh Allen. There's nobody more valuable. Now, Lamar's done some amazing things and he's put up some great stats, but unfortunately, last year he did not have the stats to deserve the MVP, which means, hey, Josh Allen again, like you don't have to be the greatest at whatever in order to win. Josh Allen is just more valuable. I don't see how you can argue that. Like Lamar's got help on both sides of the ball all around. So maybe they're just bitter from that, but I honestly I think they're a little jealous of Burrow. They don't want to admit it, but that's probably
He's
it.
the best quarterback in the league.
Keith Souter, Cap, I'd like to see Mixon get a ring. I didn't mention I would love that. I would love that so much for him. I don't believe in the Texans. I'm a little surprised they played as well as they did. I'm not a huge believer in the Texans the long haul, but man, if he could get it, oh, what a deja vu. Oh, that would be cool. I would be all for that.
That would be cool. I'll be
Rob
happy for
says
him.
it won't be Chiefs fans forever. Give it 6 to 8 years. Oh yeah. I've talked to enough of them. The fans that are in the stands who have season tickets don't act like that. They've been there since day one. Yeah, they don't act like that.
There's like I said, when I went there to the AFC Championship game last time, the Chiefs fans are actually pretty cool to me. So, and I'm kind of obnoxious sometimes. So, Keith, Kat, my question for Queefs fans is why are you on a Bengals site unless we live in your head 24/7, 365? That part.
I will invoke a little Corey Dillon. That part.
Miss you, Corey.
Yes.
And
Yes, we
Gino. Newton, yes. Don't forget about Newton. Josh Newton played really well. Yes.
My bad, Fig. Yeah. My bad, Fig.
Yeah, Fig played awesome.
Oh, man, did he have some plays. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what world you're on. She's
that's
a Steelers
interesting.
fan. She also said, let's go, or he said also, let's go Steelers. They're a Steelers fan, so. You can't be serious!
Yeah, after that belt ass they took.
Russell Wilson couldn't throw me a beer.
Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
So cringy.
Let's ride. Oh, goodness.
Crypt. Oh my God, Cap. Bengals Cap. Did you just say you're slinging Buffalo? Oh, Bill.
Leave the crypt. Leave the crypt.
Hey, without all the social media stuff, I love the idea that it's another team
dildos. What?
That never won, and you get that pairing of Josh Allen. And I just drew a blank on the head coach's name. My bad. That would be cool. And just think of how long they've been together. Mm-hmm. We got plenty of time with and this year was a pretty big reset. Like lost Diggs, and people were thinking. People forget. People were counting the Bills out early.
This is a rebuild year, they said.
Yeah, and boom. Yeah, I love you, Crip.
Exactly. All right, got any more questions you want to comments you want to get on there before we're at an hour and 8 minutes right now? Okay. Got any
comments it was fun. Ravens Steelers. It's like no matter what, we either get to laugh at Lamar being one and done, or we get to laugh at Tomlin being one and done. So we laughed at Tomlin being one and done. Ravens playing the Bills next.
Yes.
Is that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That'll be.
And Ravens going to lose. They'll lose.
MVP against MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bills are just rolling. Man. All they got to, Augie. All they got to do is limit Lamar running. And people will try to say, like, now Lamar has done a much better job passing this year, but still, every time I see him blow up with his arm, he's throwing a wide open dudes, or he's chucking jump balls in the end zone against us, and we're not tagging the wide receiver.
Are you getting it?
Russell Wilson, let's ride to my house, watch the rest of the playoffs. Oh, my goodness.
Are the dogs attacking the mailman?
Oh, wife's home. Hubei is home.
Hubei is home.
Who day, Tony? That's all I got. Who day?
All right, I will do this again next Monday. Hopefully Corey will join us. Let's see. He's out and about. We'll see. Cap, have fun at the Super Bowl. I know you got a couple weeks there, but make sure hey, just call. Hey, Commish, we got to fix some stuff.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it.
You might have a face-to-face with him. See you, Cap. Who day?
See ya. Who day?
All right, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thanks for watching and commenting on the show. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Tomorrow night, we will be live at Moorline Lager House. Show starts at 6, goes till 8. They got a full-size cheeseburger, lettuce, tomato, onion, tomato, $15, fries, and a beer. Burger, fries, beer, $15. You can't beat that. From 4 o'clock till close. Come on down. As of right now, I think David Fulcher might be there. If not, it'll definitely be me and the boys. We will recap the Bengals season. Hopefully get Full Rock's opinion on what the Bengals need to do. Hey, maybe Full Rock could be the DC. I don't know if he's ever thought about being a defense coordinator. But come on down to Moorline Lager House tomorrow night. Like I said, show starts at 6. Shout out to Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you guys need any snow removal or when springtime rolls around, some lawn and landscaping, give them a call, 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. Also, get your ass out to Midwest Best Barbecue, some of the best wings around. Get you some Dillinator wings, some CTB wings, right there at Ward's Corner Avenue exit. Seriously, take a dart. You can throw it at the menu and pick something. It's all delicious. Tell Tim Nicole Iceman sent you. Awesome. You guys looking for any windows and doors? I highly recommend Meyer Windows and Doors. I got them in my house. My house is nice and warm. I'm in the ice cave, but the ice cave is nice and warm. You can check them out there at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. Awesome, West Side peeps. Go check out Hail Mary's. It's your ticket to the game. Big ass TV screen, food specials, beer trucks right in the heart of Cheviot. Again, Hail Mary's your ticket to the game. And we will be live this Friday at Millions Cafe at Mount Lookout Square. So come on down there. We have a fun time. Me and the boys will be there. We give live microphones to drunk people. It's a very interesting discussion. We can talk about the playoffs, talk about what the Bengals are doing. Come on down there. Have a great time. Thanks again for watching. I've been live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And as always, please make sure you like, subscribe, share. Share this out. Comments, anything you want to say. It all helps the algorithm on all those platforms. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, we're live from Moorline Lager House. Show's at 6 o'clock. Show up. Let's have some fun. Eat a delicious burger. Have some delicious Moorline beer. It's a great place. Come on down. Start at 6. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.